Hi, I'm Raymel Reddick, and I wanted to welcome you to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. Today we are going to be talking about, is it what they said or was it a trigger? And we're also going to talk about projecting. So let's start with, is it what they said or was it a trigger? When we think about triggers, we think about it being a reaction, like an emotional response to something that is happening, be it something you're thinking, be it some kind of experience you're having. But we're going to start with the internal triggers. You know, when it's really just something that, you know, you're feeling on the inside as a response to what's happening around you, kind of like when you're single and you've been waiting. And I start with this because that's personal, very personal to me. When you're single and you've been waiting for a long time, okay? You've been waiting for a long time for the right one, okay? It's not about just having options. It's about waiting for the right one. And you see someone who's happily in a relationship, and I'm just going to use this example because this is mine. I'm scrolling through Facebook and I see one engagement. I said, well, praise the Lord. Congratulations. Then I saw another one. I said, praise the Lord. Congratulations. And by the third one, I was like, and this is just me being honest, because no sense in us lying about where we are or who we are, right? Okay, because I'm telling you the truth. I'm like, where is my turn? When is my turn? When is my turn? And so that's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about, when is my turn? Okay, I'm happy for you. I'm not saying that I don't want you to have something that I don't have, but then I begin to feel lonely. And it's because I don't have that special someone in my life. Now, it used to last for a period of time, you know, where I would kind of slip into almost a depression. Like, you know, like, I ain't getting nobody, you know, and it's like, calm down. Really, Raymel, it's not that deep. You know, it's not that deep. But then I had to kind of bring myself back out and say, you know what? I'm just waiting. I'm waiting on the right one. It could be anger because someone says something to you that triggers an insecurity in you. You know, like, you know, they may say, well, you may not know how to do this, or you may not understand what I'm saying. And it's like, I understand you clearly because I'm not stupid. Okay. I'm a pretty smart individual. I'm fairly intelligent. Okay. So I'm just going to be honest with y'all. And this is just me being real, because I have that too. Because if somebody try to talk to me like I'm stupid, I feel some type of way. You know, I start wanting to say some things that's a little ungodly and unprofessional. You know what I'm saying? I'm not stupid, okay? I know what you're saying, and I don't like what you're saying, and that causes the look that's on my face that makes you think I don't understand, but I do, because I don't like it. But anyway, anywho, let's get back to talking about triggers, okay? So, because I'm telling you, I don't like that. I don't like people playing me like I'm stupid or talking to me like I'm less than. Okay. Oh, well, you know, you probably haven't had this experience. And I know because of your background and your upbringing that you probably don't know about Prada, or you probably don't know about Louis, you know, but that's okay. That's a designer brand, and they're trying to educate. I'm just using this as an example. Thank God this has not happened to me, but there have been instances where people have tried to treat me like I was less than, or I didn't deserve the same treatment and respect that they did. And so it triggered something in me, because that's an insecurity for me. You know, it's not even necessarily that they feel that, because there are a lot of people, it just rolls off their back, you know, but it's a trigger for me because it's an insecurity in me. And that's what I'm talking about, those triggers that are touching on internal insecurities. It's really not what they said, it's a trigger. Because for some people, they let it roll off their back. I'm not one of those in these instances to let that roll off my back. Let's talk about a memory tied to a traumatic experience. You know, you may have gone through something very traumatic, and someone touches you or grabs your arm if you've been abused, and he grabs your arm and turns you around like, listen to me, it'll trigger something in you, and you might want to instantly fight and flight, because this is triggering a memory for you when he's really just trying to wait. Don't walk away from me. I'm trying to explain to you something, that's on my heart or on my mind. I don't want you to have the wrong impression, but because you've been abused in the past, you automatically jump to this, you grab like, what? Don't touch me. And you instantly get scared and anxious and stressed and angry, and you're just out of sorts. And he's just like, whoa, I'm sorry, and it's really a trigger. So it's not necessarily always what the person says or does. It's a trigger. And we can have, there are external instances where you are left, in a situation like we are right now, where, we all have to stay home, and I'm a homebody, so it kind of doesn't bother me, but the fact that I can't get with my family during holidays, that's not easy. And for those of you who have lost loved ones and, you haven't been able to, you weren't able to see them, like you would on a regular basis before they were gone. And that's hard. And then it causes things to happen on the back end. It triggers things in you that you may have fought and overcome, kind of like binge eating. I'm an emotional eater, so I'm not going to sit up here and talk about just you. I'm talking about me. If you can relate, that's great. But I'm talking about me. If I'm left in a place where I'm feeling some type of way, and I'm either sad or I'm angry, I'm stressed, I'm anxious, I begin to eat. And if I'm not out and about where people can see me eating 5 cupcakes, because that shame prevents me from eating the 5th or the 4th or the 3rd one. I may just eat 2 if I'm in public, but at home when no one can see me, I'm going to eat all 5. So not only will I binge eat, but I can easily fall into a depression. I've gotten better at recognizing what causes me to feel certain types of ways, so then I can combat it and be mindful of it. But many of us fall into a depression where we can't get out. I'm a homebody, so it doesn't really bother me too much. But there are people who love to be out and about and who want to be meeting and greeting and interacting with people and, doing all these things. And they can't do that. They're extroverts and they thrive on interactions with other people. And they're not able to interact. They're not able to get out. And so then it causes them to feel sad and down and depressed and lonely and distraught. And so we know that these things are happening, okay? We know that these things are happening. So we need to be able to combat it. If you know that you're going to start feeling lonely and depressed, then you reach out to people. Don't wait for them to reach out to you. Because I'm going to be honest, I'm one of those people where I may not call you for a week, but you call me and we're going to be on the phone for an hour talking. That's just the kind of person I am. And it's not that I don't care about you or I don't love you, and I'm practicing on that because that's no excuse, because it's just the way I am. We always say, oh, it's just the way I am, and we think it's okay. It's really not okay. You need to practice and be better. But anywho, side note, wasn't really meant to be in the topic, but it is a topic that needs to be addressed. Okay, so I'm working on that. I'll try to make sure that I reach out to those people that I love and let them know that I love them. But I'm not good at it. It's not something that comes natural to me. So don't take it personal, especially when it's people in your life that you love. Now, there are some people who only call you when they want something, right? We're not talking about those people, because I'm not them people, okay? That's not me. I'm not the kind of person that's just gonna call you when I want something, okay? But I do want to make sure that I'm calling and reaching out to others, because I can find myself feeling lonely for no reason when I have people I can talk to and lean on. So just reach out to people, call, talk to your friends, do a Zoom meeting, set it up, say, hey, let's do a wine and Zoom, a Zoom and wine, a Zoom and beer, whatever it is that you, float your boat. Then do it. Let's do a painting Zoom or something, just so that you're interacting with people. We have Facebook groups now where you can get together and have gatherings. So there are different ways that you can combat in this time. Sometimes it's not something that you can do on your own, and you have to seek out therapy. You know how much you can take. You know how far you can go with things. If social gatherings on Zoom and different things and phone calls is not working for you. You're not coming out of this depression, then you need to have someone that you can talk to. Now, we done talked about triggers. We talked about the things that people say, okay? Now, how about projecting? You're projecting what you think on other people. And I'm going to explain this to you. This is something that I just realized, within the last 3 or 4 months, where that I thought people felt that I was less than, or that they didn't want to be around me, or they felt I wasn't as intelligent. Okay? Dealing with the triggers, knowing that those are insecurities in me, but then also taking it a step further and realizing that I'm projecting my insecurities onto other people as if that's what they think or see when they look at me. I hope that makes sense, because I may feel like I'm less than. I may feel like I'm not as pretty as others, in a room or in a setting or in a gathering or whatever the case may be. And so then I began, since I feel like I'm less than these 5 or 7 people, I began to think that those 5 or 7 people actually do think I'm less than them, when that's not even the case. I'm not saying this is not the case in every instance. I'm not saying that. But a lot of times we suppose or we think we know what other people see when they look at us. We think we know what they think of us and what they're saying about us. We think we know. But in actuality, it could very well be that it's your insecurity that you're projecting onto someone else. You're saying you don't think this guy couldn't possibly be attracted to me because he couldn't possibly think, he don't think I'm beautiful. He doesn't think I'm attractive. He doesn't think I'm sexy, because that's something, an insecurity within yourself, right? Something you feel about yourself, but that may not even be the case. That man may be looking at you not because he thinks you're not dressed nice or you don't look a certain way or whatever the case. He may be looking at you because you are actually gorgeous. He likes the way you done put together your outfit and your shoes, and he likes the way your skin is shining and bright and beautiful. All that melanin dripping and the nails painted. He liking all of that. All of the different details and the time that you've taken to make yourself look presentable and look a certain way. It may not be that your boss thinks you're not sufficiently trained, or that you're not adequately intelligent. It could be that they are looking at you because they may be intimidated. They may very well be intimidated. When someone is intimidated by you, they oftentimes try to make you out to look like you're less than them and they are better than you. Now, those are times, and you have to look at this and really evaluate your life and the people that are in it and the people you're interacting with, and say, hey, let me look at the proof. Are there facts to substantiate what I'm thinking? Do I have the facts, or am I just guessing? Or am I just going on a feeling? I'm an empath, so I can feel feelings. Am I going on that? Or am I really looking at it from an objective point of view, where you just kind of step back from the situation as if it's not you, okay? And you look at the situation and say, do they really prefer the company of others over me? Do they really? Or am I withdrawing from them to a point that they feel like I don't want to be bothered with them because I feel like they prefer someone else's company over me? You have to really look at those things. Really examine your life, the people in it, the way that you interact with them, the way that they interact with you, and learn. Learn your triggers. Learn those things that cause you to go off. Okay? To go clean off like on somebody, and they look at you like, how are you going off on me about this? Why is your reaction so major, so big over this little thing that I just said? I don't get it, because it's actually a trigger in you. It's like you're angry with them for something somebody else did. That's kind of what those triggers are. You're projecting on them what you think about yourself. They never thought you were inadequate. The guy actually thought you were gorgeous. That woman actually thought you were very handsome. And she wanted to talk to you. That's why she was looking your way. We don't know. If we don't have the facts to substantiate what we're thinking, what we're feeling, and how we're reacting, then we really need to look at these things and just analyze them, break them down so that you can go ahead and you can live your life, okay? And live the best life that you can, because it's really no fun to be in a place where you think you always inadequate. You always are less than. You are always not intelligent enough. You're always not attractive enough. You're always not good enough. And no one wants to live like that. So let's make sure that we look at our lives, look at how we're interacting with people, what we're saying, what we're doing, how we're reacting, so that we know what our triggers are, what sets us off. And then we also know, is that how they really feel, or are we projecting? That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching the video. You guys have a wonderful day.